Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and we are back with some more driver career mode around Australia this time. And we start off changing our helmet. I've been grinding the game a bit, getting XP, unlocking more customizable items, and I really like this one, so we're going to change it to the Williams colors, and I think it looks beautiful. I hope you guys agree with me. We'll be rocking this helmet for quite some time, I reckon. Not any interesting helmets that I can unlock anytime soon, so we're sticking with this helmet. And now we're heading to this department event. It's the result from last episode. We get 750 driver acclaim for attending a charity event, and now we're gonna skip forwards in time. We're gonna get a few upgrades on the car. Last few episodes we applied a lot of upgrades, and hopefully they can all come through and get applied to the car. We're also going to buy a few more for the next round. They should be here before Imola. So that's going well, and let's have a look. All the other upgrades also get applied to the car, and we're going to buy even more. We also just unlocked a few more upgrades because of the upgrades that were applied earlier. So we can buy those with the resource points we have right now. It took me a while, but eventually, as you can see, I will buy them. There we go, that's the first one. The second one, I didn't have enough resource points for the third one. Also, the maximum capacity for upgrades at one time was reached.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next run.
Okay, so the upgrades are on the car for this weekend, and I was going to have a look at that. There you can see upgrade to the powertrain is on the car, and we're going to go to the Hotlap right now, and it is going to be a average speed zone just like last time out in Saudi Arabia, but this time it's around Australia. So straight away we're gonna jump to my final attempt because the first one went horribly wrong. I crashed into the wall straight off the bat because I wasn't holding my steering wheel properly. But this is the third and final attempt. We've already reached bronze and silver in the second attempt. I went fast enough for silver. But let's see, can we get the gold medal this time around? Last time we didn't make it. We only got the silver medal for the average speed zone in Saudi Arabia. That was a very hard one, but perhaps this time round, maybe we can get a gold medal. The exit is quite alright across the line. I thought it was gold. I'm not sure. No, it's silver. Damn it. Still not a gold medal. Let's have a look at the result. What does it say? First we got the XP. That's not important. I want to see the results. Come on, hurry up. We're only 0.06 off, really? Come on. Anyways, we still get some acclaim levels, and let's just head to practice. Hopefully we do better here than we do in the Hotlap. So as you could have seen during the practice preview, it is raining here in free practice 1. And I was only going to do the track acclimatization, so we'll hop into that straight away. As you can see, a nice TV camera position. I really enjoy adding these sort of things to the video. I think they are a great addition, and if you guys agree, make sure to let me know in the comments. But we got this perfect on the second lap, I believe, and it is just so satisfying to watch this from the TV perspective. I think it is great. I think it allows me to enjoy the beauty of this game just a little bit more from this perspective instead of from inside the car. So that's why I include these sorts of bits of TV camera shots. They're beautiful, and we score perfect score on the track acclimatization, and then we move on to free practice 2 where it was dry and sunny, and we did the race practice program, and we got a perfect score after 3 laps. That's the minimum you have to do for a perfect score. So I was quite happy with that. I was struggling out of the final 2 corners though. But we round off the race practice program with maximum resource points. But those final 2 corners, they came back to bite me in the ass later in qualifying practice. The qualifying practice program at least. As you can see, I'm doing okay. I'm doing decent for the run. But here out of the final corner, I just spin out of nowhere, break the front wing, and I couldn't do the qualifying. Didn't matter how many laps I tried. I just couldn't do it. So to still gather the resource points, I decided to do a quick practice for practice 3. And as you can see here, I'm going through that now. and eventually I get all the resource points that are available, all the bonuses as well. So we get a bunch of resource points, over 1,000 from the practice. As you can see, the total up to 1,701. And we'll also be getting 9 bonuses on different upgrades on the car. As you can see, I speeded it up by 4 times because it takes so long to show you everything. But there you go, bonuses applied. Acclaim level rises as well. That is amazing. And now we're going to have a look at the upgrades, how the bonuses affect us, if we can buy anything else. And we can buy anything else, and we're going to buy anything else. Another upgrade to the powertrain it is. And I was looking at some durability upgrades, but I didn't have any unlocked. I was just waiting for that one to come from the factory, and after that one was applied we could develop that part more. So we have to look at the front wing now. We couldn't upgrade it, so we head straight to qualifying. So here we are then at qualifying, and we're just going to get straight into it. It was a bit clouded at the start, so I fueled up for 2 runs with a cooldown lap in between. And I'm just going to get out there straight away to set a lap time and see where we are, and then we can improve from there on. So we're starting our first lap now, onto the straight out of those 2 corners that I find very difficult. And we're starting our first flying lap here of the day. And I'm going to keep it short. I'll just skip straight to the end of this one, because it's just a delta reference or a sort of banker lap. It's not like I took it easy or anything. I still went pedal to the metal, but obviously because of the weather I can improve from this on. So after that I did a second run as well. We go a little bit wide out of turn 5 that is, and into turn 6 I just push my luck way too far and we go way off the track, and that's that lap done. And we head back to the pits, and we're gonna skip ahead a bit of time to see where we end up, and it's P17 for now. And I felt like there was a bit more time to find, about 2, maybe 3 tenths. So we head out once again, and now we're at the end of our outlap, and it was very busy on track, so we let a few cars pass, and now we decide to go slot in behind Alonso and ahead of our teammate Albon. But he had no plans to slow down whatsoever, so he'll be right behind us when we start our flying lap. And obviously out of these 2 corners I'm very slow compared to the AI, so he's on the main straight. As you can see, I'll look behind in just a second, and he's just half a second behind, as you can see there. And right off the bat I felt like I was under pressure, so into turn 1 we go wide and we go onto the grass with the left tires, and the exit is just horrendous compared to the last lap. So we go down on our delta time, and Albon is just closing up to us on a straight, and I just didn't feel comfortable with him right behind me. And we just mess up this corner a bit and we spin round. We've lost the rear, and that is qualifying over, and we're not going to improve. And I was not happy with the AI starting so close behind me, but nonetheless the spin is entirely my own mistake. And once we head back to the pits, or not even to the pits, to the timing screen, Perez sets the fastest lap in Q1, and if we scroll down all the way to the bottom, we're in last place. Very last place. That is, well, unfortunate, but my own mistake.
The crowd are here, and it's brilliant to see them lining the track here in Albert Park. It's going to be a fantastic day of racing. Welcome everyone to the Australian Grand Prix. Here we are then at the Albert Park circuit, 3.28 miles of bumpy city streets, but not a lot in the way of elevation changes. The circuit goes all the way around the lake, taking in 14 corners. Note the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 11. They'll offer our drivers a number of good opportunities to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, George Russell and Hamilton, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Kevin Magnussen, Gasly, Norris, Yuki Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher, Ricciardo, Joe, Lance Stroll and Alex Albon, Vettel and Sparrow. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So here we are then, onto the grid. And, you know, I'm starting last anyways, so I might as well go for a bit of an audacious strategy. Start on the hard, just like Albon did in real life. He started on hard tires, went to the second to last lap, pitted for softs, and did only the last lap on a brand new set of softs. And then he finished in the points, so maybe we can finish in the points as well. Perhaps we won't use softs, I don't know how long these hards will last. Maybe we will, you'll have to wait and see towards the end of the race, but for now it's going to be hard to mediums. So as we line up onto the grid, once again slotting into our grid position. I still love this feature in the game. It's perfect grid place, and now we just have to wait for the 5 red lights. Here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and it was a very long hold. We get off the line reasonably well, and look at all these cars just moving around and kerfuffling for places. And we go round the outside, on the outside of turn 1. Can we hang it round the outside of Sebastian Vettel? Perhaps we can. And we go round the outside, but Ricciardo cuts us off. And that gives Vettel the opportunity to go back round the outside, and now we go side by side with the German. We switch to the inside, we dive for him. And Ricciardo is very slow, so we go 3 wide into turn 3. And there's a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact now with Daniel Ricciardo. But can we perhaps follow Sebastian Vettel through on the inside? Yes, we can. We get past the McLaren driver. And we're up into P17 from 20th on the grid. And that's quite a decent start. But now it's going to be Sebastian Vettel on the inside of Mick Schumacher, his fellow German driver. His young protege, if you will. They go side by side here through this new section, new part of the track. We haven't even really talked about it yet in the video, but this new part here, it's very fast as Daniel now challenges us on the inside, going into the very fast chicane. Can we hang around the outside? Yes, we can. Mick and Seb going side by side as well. Vettel manages to get past the Haas of Mick Schumacher, and maybe now we can get involved, but no, instead it's going to be Mick challenging Sebastian Vettel into the next braking zone. He tries to go round the outside, and there's nothing we can do now. There's no way for us to pass. They go side by side yet again throughout nearly the entire lap. Look at these two just going at each other through the second to last corner, still side by side. They went on from like turn 6, but now Schumacher gets past, and Sebastian Vettel actually pulls into the pits. He got damaged, I assume. I don't know from when, but apparently he is changing his wing, otherwise there's no point of pitting that early. But look at that, there's just 3 cars right there in the mirror, and we have to get a move on and shake these guys off, because I want to start looking ahead, not behind. And luckily for us, it doesn't look like any of them will be challenging us on this lap, so we can continue. And we skip forward to lap 5 now, lap 5 of 29, because Daniel is putting us under pressure. He's right behind us. We've managed to keep the drivers behind us for quite some time, but that McLaren is looking very fast, and he's coming at us at a rapid pace, and he is going to fly by on the inside. There he goes, he just breezes past. He has a way better straight line speed, but maybe we can follow him through the fast chicane, because these cars are way better at following, and the dirty air has much less of an impact than it had in previous years. So let's see, can we challenge the McLaren driver at his home Grand Prix? We go to the inside, but Daniel Ricciardo goes to the inside as well. We try round the outside, we get partially on the grass, but we make the corner, and we go round the outside of the Aussie man. And the crowd probably doesn't love that, to see their home hero drop down a position to a Williams nonetheless. But we get past, and that's good for our race, but there are another 2 DRS zones coming up. So let's see, does the Aussie man have a chance to re-overtake us? No, it looks like Guan Yu Zhao is instead going to overtake Ricciardo as well. No way, he's challenging us into the first corner now. As we fast forward now to the end of lap 6, Ricciardo has disappeared from the picture, and instead it's Albon now in 17th. And actually, I didn't really notice this during the race, but if you look on the minimap, Ricciardo is into the pits as Guan Yu Zhao challenges us into turn 1. We close the door, there's no way he's forcing his way through there, and he drops back by about a second. And now on lap 12, as you look behind, it's going to be Alexander Albon trying to make a move on the Chinese man. He goes round the outside of turn 1, they make slight contact, but Albon gets past, and that is a beautiful move. And I just felt like I had to include that, you know, that it is my teammate after all, as he goes into the pit we continue with the hard tires. We go quite a longer distance. We get past the Haas of Kevin Magnussen, and that means we're now up into P12. So from P20 to P12 is quite decent. But you know, obviously I wanted those points. I really hope the strategy would do some wonders, but we still have to pit, and we're in P12 now. So after the pit stop, we're going to be like P18 or something like that. And to get to the points from P18 is going to be very difficult. But never say never, always keep your head high, and we are going to try and have a look to make a move on Bottas now. He is fresh out of the pits, fresh but also very cold hards underneath his car. So we should be a heck of a lot quicker based on the tires, but that Alfa Romeo car in the hands of Bottas can also do some magnificent things. So let's see, going into the fast chicane, I am just not close enough, at least that's what it felt like. So I'm gonna lift going into the fast chicane, and we're going to try to make a move on the DRS straight after, but we cut the corner, otherwise I was going to run wide, and I didn't feel like I was allowed to make a move, so I deactivated DRS. But up ahead there are yellow flags, and the safety car is out. The safety car has appeared for the first time in this career mode, and it couldn't have come at a better time, because I'm just going to peel into the pits for medium tires, and we're going to try to go to the end of the race on them, and we'll have to wait and see in what position we emerge back onto the track, as I nearly run into the wall on the inside of the pit entry there. The pit entry became a lot smaller, or a lot narrower I should say, as we're going to time the pit stop. Good enough, it's green, that's a decent pit stop. But yeah, a very narrow pit entry, because the pit straight has been made wider, and I nearly ran into the wall. But anyways, let's see, out of the pits, where do we emerge? It is going to be P14, and this is what happened. This is why the safety car was brought out. It is Charles Leclerc making a move on Esteban Ocon, and he locks up, goes into the wall, and then he just goes off track, and he just sits there until everyone is passed. And that's why the safety car was brought out, because there was a stationary car on the track in a runoff zone. And yeah, that's why the safety car was brought out. A bit stupid from Ocon there, from the AI, but it plays beautifully into our hands, and we're now preparing to resume racing here at Albert Park. I believe it's Charles Leclerc that leads the way, and we accelerate out of the final corner, and I'm going to try to make these moves as quick as possible, because I could smell the points. So we're going to waste pretty much the entirety of our battery to try and get a move on Mick Schumacher here in the Haas. Out of the second corner we get a decent exit, and we're all over the back of the Haas. So let's see, can we make a move? We go to the outside of turn 3, we go round the outside. It's a super move, and now we're up into P13. And straight away we look in front of us, and it's Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll is going to be our next victim, and we'll try to overtake him as soon as possible. Probably after this turn 6 or 7 or whatever it's called. After this one, going onto the long back straight. There was a DRS on here originally, but it was removed after first free practice in real life. So no DRS. We wouldn't have had any anyways because of the safety car. But we're going to try to make a move anyways. But once again, we're lacking just that little bit of straight line speed. So we're going to have to wait until after the fast chicane to make this move. I nearly cut the first part of the chicane there, but we correct ourselves, and now we can look ahead at Lance Stroll. We go to the left, we go to the right, we go back to the left, and we're going round the outside of turn 11, I believe, of the Canadian. We make a little bit of contact, but it's all good. We get past, and we're up into P12. And now ahead of us we have both the AlphaTauris of Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly, and we'll be chasing after them now. But this is going to be a way bigger task than overtaking a Haas or an Aston Martin, because the AlphaTauris are much faster than those cars, and compared to us they should be no match for me. But we're gonna try anyways. We have the medium tires, they have old hard tires. So onto lap 22 now, we are very close, and we managed to get into the DRS of Yuki Tsunoda, and maybe we can start looking at a move soon.
Here's some information on Tsunoda for you. They've got some kind of mechanical problem.
And now that is something you like to hear. Yuki Tsunoda with a mechanical problem, and that means my chance of overtaking him has gotten exponentially bigger. And once I heard that radio message, I got so excited. So we're going to push like hell on this back straight. We get so close straight away. We run very wide. That was not ideal in the slightest. But here we go now on the Japanese driver. We go to the inside, but he closes the door. We get onto the grass, and it's very, very close stuff. We check for a vehicle condition. No damage to the car though, but we have to wait because Yuki Tsunoda just has the better straight line speed. And we go into the fast chicane now. We cut the first part just a little bit, but we have the better exit out of the fast chicane. We go side by side into the next corner, into a hard braking zone. Let's see, what is it going to be? We stay on the inside and we keep the position. We leave some room on the outside there, but we get the move done. and we're now up into P11, and we're so close to the points, but that battling has cost us the DRS of Gasly. We're not in the DRS of Gasly anymore, and that is going to be crucial because we're going to need that if we want to have any chance of scoring points in this race. But it doesn't look like we'll be having that anytime soon. Gasly has the better pace, but nonetheless P11 will be an amazing result from 20th on the grid, and I will absolutely settle for that with this car. Also, Tsunoda's technical issues seem to be very serious because he is not able to challenge us into the next braking zone even with the DRS. But there's yellow flags and George Russell is out of the race. He's pulled to the side of the track, and that means we're in the points. We're P10 with just 6 laps to go. Green flags once again, no safety car, and in some miracle way the pressure from behind has been released and we've gotten up into P10 points paying positions in a Williams in just our 3rd race for the team. And with that pressure release, it's just an easy cruise to the end of the race. And after starting on hard tires from P20 on the grid with a safety car and a lucky retirement, we get P10, our first points for Williams.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Performance from Ferrari, it hardly looked in doubt. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Wow guys, what a day, what a drive. Points in just our 3rd race for the team, and I couldn't be any happier. We went with the right strategy from the get-go. We got very lucky with the timing of the safety car. We got very lucky with the retirement of George Russell. And after a very difficult race in Saudi Arabia, I am very happy with this point. I know it's just 1 point, but I'm so happy for myself and for the team. And hopefully this will set a standard for the next races to come. Maybe we can fight for more points, but I wouldn't get too excited. Perhaps it was just the Australian Grand Prix. We'll have to wait and see. Next time round, we'll be racing at Imola with a sprint race coming up. Our very first sprint race on the channel here, and I'm very excited for it. Anyways, that was all for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more daily F1 22 content, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.